Or he joking.
Which, by the way, guaranteed on 420 this year, it's going to rain.
Oh, sure.
So it'll be a nice delay. Or
Here, there's a power outage in
postpone it.
Anaheim. You guys are going to be live or whatever. Like, it was always something with locusts,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Jamie,
And
it's a Jamie Samuelson special.
You've never had a show that
We've
short.
never had the Patriots Day show. No.
I did a 2-minute post-game show one time years ago with Mark Spindler.
Really?
Many years ago, yeah. Because the game went like 18 innings long.
That's
was
funny.
Fantastic. We literally played the open for the show with the music, and then the music for the outro of the show started too. It was the greatest show ever.
That's great. Tom, thanks for sharing.
Boost their spirits. Carson Anderson next, 97.1.
101.1 WGRY Grayling, a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting, with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude. Up North Sports Radio.
Tune in to the Northern Michigan High School Scoreboard Show, Saturdays at 10 for the Student Athlete of the Week, presented by the Michigan Army National Guard. Always ready, always there. 101.1 WGRY, Up North Sports Radio.
This is your latest Michigan Ski Report. I'm Jason Dean with SnowCountry.com. Find what you need to get projects done from brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. That classic January cold is back. Just add warm layers for a fine day at the mountains. The slopes are set for a big holiday weekend ahead, and we could see a little more snow to freshen up those surfaces. At Shanty Creek, 90+% of the terrain open for you. They've got skiing till 9 o'clock straight through the weekend. Close to 40 trails open. Bittersweet on all 20 of their runs. They keep it going till 10. Over at Mount Holly, they're skiing almost all of their runs. Pine Knob at 100% with day and night action. Alpine Valley skis day and night too. They're skiing more than half of their terrain. At Crystal Mountain, all 59 runs open for you. Action till 9 straight through the weekend. Nubs Knob on all 53 trails. They picked up a little bit of new fresh snow. And Searchbond checking in on about 3/4 of their runs. Check out more at SnowCountry.com. I'm Jason Dean.
Good morning, Northern Michigan. Welcome to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins in studio. And Rich, part of me was surprised, but and then again, the way things have been going in baseball lately, I was not surprised to see the Dodgers sign Kyle Tucker to a 4-year, $240 million contract. He hit .278 with 22 home runs last year.
How's that for? It's good to be Kyle Tucker now, right?
Good, yeah, it's good to be Kyle Tucker. But there's been a lot of talk about Skubal's contract and the arbitration deal, and I was figuring out when to do that. And then this thing came by, and I think baseball is headed into some extremely dangerous waters.
Yeah, there no doubt about it, JC. And then to further that, with word that the baseball broadcast rights that the Tigers had, one of the 8 teams that all got canceled.
Yep.
So they're not going to, on TV, will no longer be, whether MLB takes that over.
They're considering it.
Yes. So there's revenue streams right now up in the air, the looming potential holdout or strike.
There's going to be a strike
next year. An eruption.
Baseball has got to figure out their financial house
for sure.
I mean, we've talked about this off and on for years. There's a number of legitimate reasons why the Dodgers have so much more money than anyone else. I've pointed this out, and people don't take it into consideration until I tell them.
But it's huge.
They have so much more money coming in than even the Yankees or the Mets. No, the Yankees have that Yes Network, and it makes a lot of money.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of Yankee fans that are across the country that miss Yankee baseball.
Sure.
That live in Houston or wherever they do. But the number one revenue source for the Dodgers is actually Hispanic television and then Hispanic radio. They make more money there
Is that
than they
right?
do in their English-speaking broadcasts.
So yeah, obviously taking full advantage
Yes.
of Southern California,
Yeah.
Hispanic-speaking people, and across the borders, I'm sure too.
Chicanos love the Dodgers. Ever since Fernando Valenzuela,
Yeah.
they flock to Dodger games.
Yep.
And they listen intently to every single game and watch them on the television, and the advertising, it's very, very expensive to advertise in those broadcasts, and that's where all the money comes from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you have those multimedia sources and revenue streams coming in,
Yeah.
it's just a huge boon for them.
I mean, you compare that to, like, I give all the kudos in the world for what the Milwaukee Brewers have been doing in baseball for the last 5 or 6 years.
Sure.
They are truly a small market. I mean,
Absolutely.
the Tigers have a much bigger
Yeah.
slice of the pie. And the Tigers aren't doing so bad on spending. I mean, they're 11th or 12th out of 32 teams.
Sure.
So, and they don't throw money at everything. This is a tipping point for them what to do with Scooble.
It is.
Scott Boras, I would love to get myself alone in a room with Scott Boras and beat the living crap out of him. This guy is, I mean, I know ultimately he is doing the best thing for his client, which is to get every single penny. But the Tigers have bailed him out. The Pudge Rodriguez deal.
Absolutely.
And for him to just continue to just steamroller over the teams,
you take an overview of that. Is that good for long-term baseball by having this one agent getting every penny, where it's forcing them to make these decisions? And it's not always good. Obviously, a lot of these contracts don't age well, and so
No.
I mean, it hurts the product.
But he shanghaied Max Scherzer out of Detroit.
Yep.
When the Scherzer contract was up, the Tigers offered him the biggest contract for a pitcher in baseball history, which was like a 5-year, $156 million, which just sounds like the bargain of the century now.
But
for 7
then-
years, 156, and he took 172 from the Washington Nationals. And ever since then, I have hated Scott Boras with a white-hot passion.
Right. Yeah.
And the same thing is happening now with this Scooble deal. I don't know what's going to happen leading up to arbitration. Bob Wojnarowski wrote a fascinating article on the Detroit News website that it's the top of the column there right now, that points out a lot of things, some of which I knew, some I didn't. There's a couple of assumptions in there. But the basic premise of it is that there's some people now that maybe don't think that Boras, because he never talks about anything. He never does press conferences or anything like that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what he even looks like.
I do.
But right, I do too. But I mean, he's not a face that is out there all the time.
No, but
He's a name that's out there.
He is a huge, what's the opposite of proponent? Enemy of arbitration.
Sure.
And he thinks that that some people are looking at this as like he's trying to break arbitration completely.
Right.
By having this enormous amount of money. I mean, what do you think Tarek Skubal is worth? From what he's done for the past 2 years, is he worth $19 million a year? Or $32 million for this year? After, you know what he made last year?
What's that?
$6.8 million.
Yeah, see, that's
the greatest bargain in baseball. By his WAR, his wins above replacement was like the highest in pitching history.
It's just crazy. And that's what I feel, that why some of these contracts are what they are when they hit free agency is because they got such great bargains when they were in their early years of their contracts. Because again, they are underpaid for a long time until they can get that free agency thing. And that's why they take so much money, is because they're making up for lost ground. I think that's just an opinion.
I mean, I think that's reasonable. And, no matter what, you have a finite career as an athlete. Now, pitchers, I mean, I think Verlander is going to pitch again this year at 42, and so is Scherzer.
Yes.
So I mean, some pitchers have long careers.
Yes.
A lot of pitchers don't have long careers.
No.
They blow out their arms.
and they're never the same.
Look at what happened to Willie Hernandez.
Oh, exactly.
You know, he had 3 great years in baseball, and then he couldn't pitch again.
the screwball screwed him up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Mike Scott, there's
Yeah.
a laundry list of pitchers. Happens in every sport. Guys
It
get hurt,
does.
they never come back.
Exactly. You never know when
Yeah.
the last time you're putting that uniform on and playing.
Yeah, but even if you're like the Aaron Rodgers of the world, he's done playing football at age 42
Right.
or pitching at age 42. And you know, in most cases, you need to make that money last.
Yeah.
Um,
Very few genetic freaks like Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, guys.
46, he had 200 strikeouts.
It's right. Could still throw 100 miles an hour. It
Probably
just,
get somebody out right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Genetic freak.
So I get that, but man, you know, it just seems, you know, from our standpoint,
Right.
that
Well-
how much is enough money?
Yeah, exactly. You know, when you're talking about other people's money, is there enough? You know, I mean, it's just wild. But in one of the articles that I read and that came out, I believe in the Detroit News as well, was mentioning that the Tigers offered this 19 point so much million dollars a year, expecting a counter offer from
To negotiate it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they were willing to, again, according to the article, said they were willing to go up 24, 25 million.
$25 million is
Which
what,
I thought an offer of that would have been reasonable
yeah.
in arbitration. But there was no counter offer.
Yeah.
Official counter offer.
No, they didn't. Boris did not negotiate with them at all.
Right.
He just submitted the $32 million, and they're going to leave it up to an arbitrator. Now, in this article by Bob Wojnarowski, who I know a little bit,
Right. We've talked to Woj.
we've talked to Woj, and every time I'm in the Michigan press box, he and I chat. I used to hang out with him and Jennifer Hammond quite a bit back in the 80s. We had a table at 220 Merrill that things would get pretty interesting, but Woj thinks there's still an opportunity here to negotiate. Although if Boris doesn't want to do it, then he doesn't. There's some people that are saying that this is his way of trying to force the Tigers to trade Skubal. Most people do not think that the Tigers will pay Skubal the projected $400 million.
Right.
Now, will the Dodgers come up and pay that?
Dodgers, the Mets have lost a lot
Could
of
you
bodies.
imagine putting Skubal
on
on
the-
the Dodgers?
That's literally an all-star team.
There's an all-star team now.
Yeah.
8 of their daily players have played in at least 2 all-star games now.
Yeah, and multi-MVPs, and I mean, it's just crazy.
And they have
to
the
think
best
about.
player on the planet. I don't know if you know a guy named Shohei Ohtani.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a
Pretty good.
4th MVP in a row. And he's going to be a full-time pitcher again this year.
Which he
so-
wasn't last year, and they still won the World.
Yeah, he didn't start. He didn't even start pitching until July or August,
Yeah.
right? So, but he's like a once every 6-day pitcher.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more spread out. The couple of trade scenarios that I've seen have Skubal going to the Padres, and
Okay.
they were getting the Padres' #1 pitcher, who's pretty good, and another player who hit 30 home runs. I mean,
Okay.
it looked to be like a pretty decent deal with a couple of prospects.
Right.
I mean, to go ahead and dedicate $400 million for one guy, what happens if he gets hurt?
Oh, exactly. And a guy that has had a couple of surgeries, and it's been a while since those have taken place.
It has been a while.
And been a lot of wear and tear on the arm.
But, the other side of this coin, when you listen to some of the people on 97.1 The Ticket talk about this, the Tigers' record in the last 2 years that, we've had this turnaround. They've gone to the playoffs twice. They are a 500 ball club when Skubal isn't pitching.
Yeah. And he is.
They win 88% of the games that he pitches, and they win 50% of the games that he doesn't.
Right. No, it says a lot right there. I mean,
There's nothing else to say.
In the past 2 seasons where he's won Cy Youngs in both of those years, you couldn't have seasons that were more different for the Tigers. 2 years ago, they get red hot at the end to get in, surprisingly. Right. Then last year, they fell apart at the end, and it was just wild to watch this team and listen to this team, some of the dynamics that go on with baseball. And obviously, the Tigers are much better with Tarik Skubal, obviously. But can they, if they can't afford to pay him, which I mean, can they afford? Yeah, they could pay him. But again,
let's put it this way.
It would limit a lot of other.
If it was Mike Ilitch, this would be over.
There would be no drama.
Yeah, there would be no drama. Does Chris Ilitch want to win a World Series as badly as his father? The answer is unequivocally no.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Proof in the pudding,
right? Proof is in the pudding.
For sure.
I mean, they made a huge amount of money last year. They got, I don't know if they got 3 million people through the turnstiles, but it was really close.
Yeah.
It was they either just barely did or just barely didn't. It doesn't matter. At 3 million people,
they're making some money.
They're making some money.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been to Comerica Park recently.
Yeah.
It is an expensive day at the ballpark.
Yeah. No longer when,
I remember when you could get a hot dog, a beer, and a bag of peanuts for less than $20.
Yeah.
That's like 32. In fact, I didn't get the peanuts.
Right.
I'm serious.
Right.
I mean, I don't even feel like a human being if I'm not sitting in the seat with a dog and a beer and a bag of nuts. And I'm like, what?
Right, yeah.
Another $7 for peanuts?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And the bag is.
I mean, like 8 years ago, I got front row seats down left field line just beyond the dugout for like, $30, $40. It was reasonable. Yeah. It was like amazing. I don't know what they are now, but they're not that.
I mean, you can get in Comerica Park for less than $20.
Yeah.
In the outfield and some of the other places that. But, you want to sit close, it's a little bit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love baseball. I love the Tigers. I had the best season tickets that I split with a number of guys. The first 4 years I got them, we were 6 rows behind home plate, right behind home plate.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've got I think you've seen that picture with me and my kids down there at a Cubs game. I mean, I could yell, and I did, number of times into the visiting dugout, and guys would be, I would freak them out.
Literally,
I could be loud anyways, but I could project right into the. And then those tickets went up a little bit, and the guys making the decision said, we want to move a little bit, so we moved to like 18 rows behind the Tigers dugout. Really good seats.
Right, sure.
And there's nothing quite like being at a baseball game when you're really close. I mean, I don't mind where I am. I'll go.
Right. But there is a difference when you're that close, when you see the dynamics of them in and out of the dugout.
When you can hear the managers yelling at their players.
Absolutely.
It's great. Okay, and this is where the genesis of my love for the Tigers has come, because when we got those tickets, right after that is when they got good.
Yeah.
So, that's why we could afford to sit back there.
Sure.
And then they got really too good, and we had to move a little bit.
I got priced out a little bit.
And they never did win the World Series. They got there twice.
They did.
And now they're really good again. And could this Tiger team, with a couple of additions, could this Tiger team possibly go to the World Series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you put one more great bat in this lineup.
Yeah.
And you get one more pitcher behind Skubal, and this could be a 90-win team. And you could, I mean, how much better are the Yankees or the Red Sox going to be? It seems like everybody's in the National League now.
I know. Yeah. We still need that right-handed bat, I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What did Bregman go to the Cubs for?
Yeah, what was
$290 million 5-year contract?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be 38 when that contract's up.
Right.
So, I mean, you're playing with fire, and we saw the end of that with Cabrera. I mean, the last 2 years was the production was not worth the 32. He was getting paid $32 million
Right.
to
It
hit
was-
210. He did get his 3,000 hit, which was really cool.
Right, yeah, certain milestones
Yeah.
that certainly brought people to the ballpark.
Yeah, I don't know
for
if
sure.
we'll ever even see 3,000 hits again. We're certainly not going to see 300 wins
Wins,
again.
no.
That will never happen.
No, not at all.
So, yeah, it'll just be interesting to see how the arbitration case, if they do not settle, is like 4 days before pitchers and catchers
Yes,
go to,
exactly. It would be
February
nice.
5th, and pitchers and catchers report February 10th.
It'd be nice to know exactly, a little earlier, because I think another they were talking about 97.1 is that right here on this station.
Yeah.
Is that if the Tigers win the arbitration at $19 million, then they're going to sign another pitcher that with that extra money that they wouldn't be paying to Skubal. So.
Well, and the other thing is if you're the arbitrator, what do you do?
Right.
I mean, talk about, King Midas. I'll just cut the baby in half.
Yeah. I mean,
to me, is he worth $32 million? Ooh, it's pretty close. He's a bargain at 19.
Yes.
So, it's going to be interesting to see what's what here.
Do you know, can the arbitrator split the difference?
No.
And no, he's got either the 19
they do
or
not.
the 32.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, like if I were and now I don't think the Tigers can resubmit now. That's the problem. So, like you said, they gave 19.8, hoping to have a negotiating point
yes.
and end at $25 million. Now, if they had gone to like $22 million versus his $32 million, that's the number that they land
Yes,
on.
exactly.
So it's kind of weird.
It is very weird.
But to me, maybe everybody else is. Well, actually, there's a few people online that are watching. So I mean, there's a lot of sports going on, but man, when I saw that today, Kyle Tucker, $60 million a year, and he's barely an all-star. He's one of the best left-handed hitters in baseball. He sat out like 35 games with a hand injury.
Yeah, I got his average at 266 last year.
But before he got hurt, he was hitting 300. He was having a great season.
And he is a very good outfielder.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
It kind of punctured the Cubs. The Cubs were running away with the NL Central, and people were starting to talk about Cubs World Series or can they beat the Dodgers. Then he got a ball in the hand, and he was out for, I think it was 8 weeks, and then really came back, and he was not quite the same.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
and just a quick aside before we had to break. What if he's not the same? What if I'm just saying, some guys, you break your hand and you got to grip the baseball bat. That's not 100% guarantee you're going to be the same
exactly
guy.
Right. I mean, the guy's got speed. He stole 25 bases last year, so he does it all.
He was targeted at the very beginning of free agency as by far and away the best player available on free agency. And quite frankly, I could care less if he comes back 100%. The Dodgers,
right? That's their problem.
The one thing that keeps happening with the Dodgers, they sign all these pitchers and they all go on the DL.
I know. That's why they end up. They have like
there's a chance they might not win the World Series. They've won the last 2.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. We got some messages from our very fine partners. We will get back with the Pistons won another game. Red Wings are on fire. U of M took an inexplicable loss to a kid from Brother Rice.
Oh, is that right?
The Goodman kid is
from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There was it? Yeah,
he's
red hot.
He's red hot.
Right.
He did it again. He won at the buzzer against Minnesota on Tuesday.
Right.
So. Anyways, all that and more here on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
The Traverse City Record Eagle wants your nominations for the 6th annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28th. This commemorative edition honors women leading change and shaping a sustainable future. Nominate a woman, past or present, for their chance to be honored with a feature profile in this annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28 at record-eagle.com/NMI Women. Record-eagle.com/NMI Women.
The snow is flying and the chill is in the air. Find a new winter hobby that'll have you breathing in all that fresh air in Bel Air. Super Sundays at Shush Mountain are the day for slope junkies. Not only do you get a lift ticket and rental equipment, but you can also take advantage of a large group lesson with stations covering the core basics of skiing and snowboarding for just $60. It's the ultimate package. Come join in on all the fun on Shush Mountain at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
Does your home interior need something new for the brand new year? The first of the year can be a little nerve-wracking with Christmas bills coming in. But at Gardner White Furniture, you can get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now. They offer an in-store credit card and many different 0% interest plans. Let Gardner White Furniture help you redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylord Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord, same owners, same location, all new attitude.
January finds Bentham's looking into the past and bringing back your favorites to start 2026. It's fantastic. Of course, happy hour will put a glow on the gloomiest of winter days. Visit Benthams.com and make your reservation today. Benthams, for the true love of food.
There has never been a better time to buy or lease a new Chevrolet than today at Matt LaFontaine Chevrolet GMC in Grayling. With over $8 million in inventory, we have put some massive new car specials together like this. A new 2026 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 loaded with remote start and heated seats for only $189 a month. That's right, $189 per month. Together, let's drive at Matt LaFontaine Chevy GMC in Grayling.
Make it great, make it better at Matt LaFontaine Automotive.
Start your engines and blaze your way to Bay Mills Resort and Casino. With fresh snow, groomed trails, and amazing views, Bay Mills is Michigan's premier destination for snowmobiling all winter long. Once you let the engine cool down, come warm up with a hot meal at the Back Bay Grill and Games, or test your luck on the casino floor where it gets even hotter. Follow us on Facebook or visit BayMillsCasinos.com for more information. Bay Mills Resort and Casino. Your vacation starts here.
Catch all the action of Traverse City West Titans sports, streaming live online at UpNorthSportsRadio.com.
Brought to you by America's Carpet Barn in Traverse City since 1999. AmericasCarpetBarn.com.
UpNorthSportsRadio.com.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio. It's time for Destination NHL. Jerry Coyne on the phone with the TVC Airport Director, Kevin Klein. Kev, Red Wings blazing hot. They've got a couple of home games coming up here. And then lots of road travel throughout the rest of the month.
Absolutely. They are red hot for sure. I love our Wings. Yeah, you got it right. They're going to be heading out to a lot of Canadian trips, really, is what we have. And so Delta hitting the January 21st one, going out to Toronto is $835. Now, remember, all Canadian flights are typically over $1,000, so that is a great fare for that. And then the Minnesota flight, a little high right now because that's close in, about $717. But here's the one, Winnipeg, at the end of January, $689. That's pretty cool.
That's super cheap, yeah.
And then Colorado's $407. Remember, last week that was $389. So, again, booking early is to your advantage. But the Canadian trip that is like, now talk about red-hot deals, is against Ottawa.
Right.
And the end of February, $406. Now, remember, I just said most of the time Canadian fares are over $1,000. $406. So if you want to go to Canada in February against Ottawa, that's a hot one.
Yeah, but going back to that, you know, Kevin, you and I were talking, Kevin and I were hanging out together a couple days ago. That Avalanche Red Wing game could interestingly be a Stanley Cup Finals preview. How great would it be? The Avalanche are on fire. I mean, you talk about the Wings being on fire. The Avalanche are 10 or 12 points ahead of the Wings. But to reignite this rivalry with a Stanley Cup Finals, Detroit versus Colorado, would be unbelievable.
Oh, what a rivalry to return. That would be awesome. Maybe we can see the goalies fight again.
Do they fight in hockey anymore?
Of course they do. That's one of the best parts about it. One of the best part about it. But, hey, you know, I want everybody to look outside and seeing it's snowing and it's coming down and everything else. Hey, if you want to get for a great trip here coming up in February, round trip Fort Lauderdale, $288 on Allegiant.
Oh,
nonstop.
boy. Yeah.
You got airfares looking out in the distance going to Florida, ranging from $53 to $85 one way. It is time to book those trips to get to sunny destinations nonstop on Allegiant. So, hey, it's time to go, and you can get that stuff at tvcairport.com.
There you go, Kevin. I just want to point out one really, especially those Allegiant flights, since they are nonstop to direct down and back. You don't run into, you know, we were at the airport a couple days ago, and the weather was about as nasty as you can imagine. And some of those connections out of Chicago were greatly delayed, but that doesn't really happen on those Allegiant flights. You're getting out of here, going right down to Florida, there and back, and no other stops along the way to maybe constrict your plans.
You got it. When you get on the nonstop flight, that's the best part about it. When that plane rotates, your next stop.
Yep. There
Sunny Florida.
Kev, where do we find all these great destinations?
tvcairport.com.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
I wish you would, perk up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Poor
poor Kevin, just such a downer. You know, he's
He
always,
is
always
Debbie
so
Downer.
negative. You know, he's absolutely great.
He's the
Love
best.
Kevin.
He's the best. He runs the best airport in the state, if not the country, and more and more things adding along the way.
Exactly.
The Red Wings. A lot of people kind of predicted that loss to the Bruins.
Yes.
After
that tough physical game against Carolina.
Yep. Sergei Fedorov retired number, and it's so weird. I never should have left Detroit, you know. Well, then why did
Right, yeah.
He took less money.
I'm sure
to go to Carolina.
Mrs. Illich was really happy to hear that. She was there, right? Yeah.
Well, she's 140.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Yeah. Marion did not look fabulous, but I don't know if the Wings probably would have won one extra cup if Sergei had stuck around.
Right.
He was more than just a better than average hockey player.
He was something.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The Red Wings are getting fantastic goaltending. Not only has Gibson been great, but then Talbot gets in there. I know they lost 3-0, but he stopped 39 of 42 shots.
Yeah, it wasn't their best defensive performance. That's the second game of the back-to-back there. You know, and checking out some things, JC, which is kind of an ironic stat. As well as the Wings are playing, and they are, 28-16, 12 games above 500 playing. Their goal differential is only 1 right now. That's kind of where Tampa Bay, just ahead of them, is at 44. So it's they're really winning games.
Tampa is on fire. They've won 13 in a row, 12 or 13 in a row, and they keep either going ahead or in front or behind the Wings. The Wings are playing. I mean, you don't want to ever predict because every sport is a little bit. But the Sharks stink.
Yeah.
So they should win tonight. That game will be on the radio right here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY at 7 o'clock. So if you want to listen to that, because it's kind of expensive to dig them up on the tube.
Yes.
And then they turn right around and play. They have the Senators coming in on Sunday at 5 o'clock. So you've got back-to-back hockey games happening there. Red Wings playing as well as anybody, and we'll see what happens at the trade deadline.
That's exactly right.
It's a little ways away, though. The trade deadline's in March.
Well, and it's they've got because of the Olympics this year. There's going to be a little longer time off, and
I got to ask Kevin next time when we have him on next week. We got to figure out what it costs to fly to Italy for the Olympics.
That would be something.
Yeah, the Red Wing, the NBA trade deadline is just 2 weeks. I think it's February 2nd or February 4th. We'll talk about the Pistons. They won again last night. Talk a little Lions talk, little U of M basketball talk. There's a lot going on in the world of sports. Oh, by the way, it's the conference finals in the NFL, if you didn't know. Back after these on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. I need to get real with you about ice safety. I've been there, thinking the ice was solid without actually checking it myself. I rolled a razor and the ice gave way instantly. I was trapped in my harness, struggling to get free, and water rushing in. I was pulled out just as the machine disappeared into the water. It almost cost me everything. I've already seen sleds and ORVs breaking through the lakes across northern Michigan. Don't trust old tracks and don't trust luck. A snowmobile might float over a weak spot that an ORV will punch right through. Ice thickness changes by the foot, especially near springs, currents, and with this crazy weather we've been having. If you haven't put a spud or an auger to it yourself, you have no business being out there. Remember, no ice is safe. You should always ride with a buddy, and if you're slightly unsure, stay on the land trails. No shortcut or thrill on ice is worth a recovery mission or worse. Stay smart, stay dry, and don't leave your trash. Leave a good impression. And visit upnorthsportsradio.com to keep up with Michigan trails.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it. Take on the most challenging winter conditions with the Toro PowerMax 826 snowblower. Self-propelled with 6 speeds forward and 2 speeds in reverse, lets you go at your own pace. The PowerMax has triggerless steering, night vision, and anti-clogging system. This snowblower is the total package. Head to your local Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit, or visit OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
She's your baby, but she needs some new parts. Of course, we're talking about your late model vehicle. Trying to find replacement parts can sometimes be a challenge, but Roscommon Auto Recyclers is here to help. We have a large inventory of used late model parts to return your baby to like-new condition. If we don't have it in stock, let us find that part for you. Find us in Roscommon at 290 East Federal Highway, just off I-75 exit 244, or online at roscommonautorecyclers.com.
Jack Milliken Inc. in Grayling is building their team for the 2026 construction season right now. They're seeking qualified CDL drivers and experienced concrete finishers and laborers. They offer both seasonal and full-time positions with competitive wages, paid holidays, health care plans, matching 401k, and vacation and sick pay. If you're looking for a great career with opportunity for advancement, contact jackmilliken.com today. Jack Milliken Inc. is an equal opportunity employer.
One of the biggest decisions in life is to buy or sell a home. Choosing the team at Statewide Real Estate in Mile will be one of the best decisions you can make. For more than 45 years, Statewide Real Estate has been providing exceptional service and expertise to homeowners across northern Michigan. Buying, selling, or looking for a free market analysis? Contact the 4 full-time agents at Statewide Real Estate in Mile. Statewidemile.com. Statewide Real Estate at the stoplight at M33 and M72 in Mile.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins in studio. Rich, we mentioned that the Pistons, they had a 4-day off hole in the schedule, which was probably good timing for them because the game before they played last night, Cunningham was out of the lineup. Duran was out of the lineup. Tobias Harris was out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Everybody played last night. But they were lucky to beat the Suns, though.
They were.
And they played without Devin Booker.
I know. That I thought, oh, well, that's good news for the Pistons.
Yep.
This should be kind of a blowout game, all of that. Well, it wasn't.
No.
Real rusty. Cade was real rusty.
Yeah, he had maybe the worst game he's had as a Piston.
Yeah.
He shot 4 for 9 from the free throw
line. I know it was nothing. I mean,
how does that happen?
It it was the most bizarre game I've ever seen him play. I mean, and it was
He
like
still had 14 assists, but
yeah,
yeah.
Andy, but
he only had 10 points.
They were like a half inch away from going in, and they just hit the one part of the rim, and they'd rattle out. So it was really close.
Well,
but Tobias
sometimes
played
they
well.
just don't go in.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think he'll play. He obviously knocking off he'll play a lot better coming up here. No question.
Duran had a really good game.
Yeah.
Like you said, Tobias did. Jaden Ivey had his best game of the year.
Yes.
So, and Tobias Harris and Jaden Ivey are getting a lot of talk right now about being pieces in a trade.
Yeah. What would you, Michael Porter Jr.?
Michael Porter Jr. I mean, the Lauri Markkanen deal. If they can make a deal for him, he would be ideal. Now, if you could get Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz for Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, and some draft picks, I would do that deal.
I would too.
But a lot of people are saying in order to do that deal, you might have to throw in either Holland or Asur Thompson, which I'm not so sure I would do.
Right. That might be a piece too much for me. I like Asur Thompson. I like the way he plays, his energy, his effort. I think he'll become a better scorer in the coming years.
There's a when, as we've mentioned, 97 won the ticket from down in Detroit is now on our station full time. So that's what I listen to. I don't listen to our rock station anymore. I'm kidding.
No, I listen to it a lot.
Yeah, no, and when I start to analyze or hear people analyze this Piston team, Rich, it's starting to remind me of the Pistons' bad boy teams. When Sally and Rodman were first coming up.
Right.
They weren't. Rodman was never a great offensive player.
Right.
But these guys those were such important pieces, and that's where I kind of have Thompson and Holland kind of pegged.
That's exactly right, because you need those guys, especially when it comes to playoff time where the defense gets so ratcheted up. And that's right now, that's the key to their games. And we need that perimeter defense.
Well, the reason why the Knicks ended up, not beating the Cavs is because the Cavs just had, or the Pacers had so much more depth.
Yes.
The Knicks just would run out of gas in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And one thing the Pistons have is serious depth.
They do.
So it's going to be interesting. I think the Pistons, as presently constructed, could go to the NBA Finals. I don't think they could beat Denver or Oklahoma or whoever comes out of there in a 7-game series.
Right.
Now, strange
Agreed.
things had happened, but most people think, and I have to agree, that you need another fully formed scoring option opposite Cade.
Yeah.
Is that Michael Porter Jr.?
He's having a heck of a year.
Yeah, he plays for the Nets.
He plays for the Nets. That's exactly right.
He's their number one scoring option.
Yes.
He was never that at Denver.
Mm-hmm.
He was the third scoring option
Right.
in Denver, and he could put it in the hole, and he can shoot from the outside. I mean, I think he's shooting right about 40% from the three, which is kind of what you need.
Yeah. And is he, again, I can't remember all of his game. Is he got enough to where he creates his own shot and all of that? Because, again, we have Duncan Robinson, a catch-and-shoot guy.
Yeah.
He's not really great at creating his own shot. But
for fourth quarter scoring, when they're ratcheting down on Cade, Cade's going to have the ball most of the time anyways.
Yes.
It's who he pushes the ball off to.
Right.
And Porter can get his own shot. He can put it on the floor. He's not super dynamic that way. I mean, he's certainly not Steph Curry.
Yeah.
But who is?
You are.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple other names being kicked around. Troy Murphy from the Pelicans.
Right.
So as we get probably into February or the very last week in January, this is all going to heat up.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to come. I do believe they're going to, we talked.
Is Giannis going to get dealt?
Right.
I mean,
George Blaha, we talked to him last week, And George likes this team as constructed.
Well, and I agree with him. The Knicks are not the same Knicks.
They are not.
Mike Brown is not the same coach as Tom Thibodeau. They don't have the inherent toughness, and that's proven because the Knicks are kind of falling apart.
They are.
They've lost 6 out of the last 8. The Cavaliers are coming on.
Right.
They, they've got a lot of really good players. The Cavs are going to be a problem if they get 100% healthy.
Right.
Injuries always play a part in what happens in the NBA, and it's a long season. So, and there's a few other teams that really think they're one piece away from being tremendous.
Right.
I don't know what the Lakers are going to do, but they can't do what they're doing now.
No, that's for sure.
So.
They're not very good defensively right now. And, 40-some-year-old LeBron and Luka doesn't play any defense.
There was a talk about a deal, Austin Reeves being traded for Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves would look pretty good in a
Oh,
Pistons jersey.
absolutely. He sure can.
I don't know what it would take, what you'd have to they'd probably want Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
I don't know if I make that deal.
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, the Lakers aren't taking Tobias Harris and Jaden Ivey for Reeves.
Not at all.
Yeah. But more to come as we get to that trading deadline. We'll be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, talking about the NFL playoffs and the big championship game, Miami versus the Hoosiers.
Brr, it's downright frigid out there.
No kidding. But I've got just the thing to warm you up. Shanty Creek is serving up something hot.
Really? Like what?
This winter at Shanty Creek Resort, book a minimum 2-night stay at the Lakeview Hotel and receive half-off lift tickets. No blackout dates, and the hotel has stunning views of northern Michigan's winter wonderland. This stay and ski package is perfect for any winter getaway.
Half off ski and amazing winter views? I'm sold.
The perfect ski hamlet for the whole family. Get cozy at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
The Traverse City Record Eagle wants your nominations for the 6th annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28th. This commemorative edition honors women leading change and shaping a sustainable future. Nominate a woman, past or present, for their chance to be honored with a feature profile in this annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28th at record-eagle.com/NMI Women. Record-eagle.com/NMI Women.
Does your home interior need something new for the brand new year? The first of the year can be a little nerve-wracking with Christmas bills coming in. But at Gardner White Furniture, you can get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now. They offer an in-store credit card and many different 0% interest plans. Let Gardner White Furniture help you redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylord Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord, same owners, same location, all new attitude.
There has never been a better time to buy or lease a new Chevrolet than today at Matt LaFontaine Chevrolet GMC in Grayling. With over $8 million in inventory, we have put some massive new car specials together like this. A new 2026 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 loaded with remote start and heated seats for only $189 a month. That's right, $189 per month. Together, let's drive at Matt LaFontaine Chevy GMC in Grayling.
Make it great, make it better at Matt LaFontaine Automotive.
Looking for a meaningful way to give back? NEMSCA proudly sponsors the AmeriCorps Senior Volunteer Programs. Adults 55 and older help students achieve success in classrooms, provide friendship and companionship, and make a difference by supporting community partners. You can even receive a stipend and mileage reimbursement for volunteering. Call 877-222-9043 or visit nemcsa.org and click Want to Volunteer under the Services tab to learn more today. nemcsa.org.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins. Lindsay out grooming the hills because there's a lot to groom.
There
Man,
is.
what I had Justin Andre, and I'm going to be over at Hanson Hills.
Nice.
From 4 to 6 today, so you can check that out at $5 Fridays. But, Shush Mountain is a whole different other skiing experience.
For sure.
I think they have 40 different trails out there. And their tubing hill. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Shish Martin will be open from 9 to 9, and the tubing park will be open from 10 to 10. You should make those reservations for tubing. The slopes will be hopping all weekend, but things will be hopping off the hill as well. You'll have to elbow Rich out of the breakfast buffet line, and it's open Saturday, Sunday, and Monday because of Martin Luther King Day.
Yes.
So,
big weekend.
That is as big a weekend as big as that buffet.
That's right.
You know, sausage, bacon, ham.
Love it all.
You got to load up before you hit those slopes, baby. And there's a limited amount of lodging available, so go to shantycreek.com right now and book your staycation. You get that extra day with no classes for the kiddos for Martin Luther King. Rich, there was pretty damn good playoff football last week.
Sure was.
It was too bad that the Steeler game was such a turd in the Punch Bowl.
Right.
But, man, that Texas defense.
Whew. That's a defense.
They are coming up. They are starting to remind me of those Ravens defenses that won a couple of Super Bowls with inferior quarterbacks. As much as Stroud tried to give that game a
oh my gosh, that was CJ. I mean, he couldn't handle shotgun snaps.
I mean, who was worse? Dante Moore or C.J. Stroud. I mean, if you know what I'm talking, if you know, you know.
Dante Moore starting out with a pick six, going the other way,
and then two fumbles right. His running back runs into his arm and drops the football. I've never seen that before.
He's making the right decision to come back and play more college, I think.
Well, does he want to play for the Jets?
Yeah, right. That could have been a motivating factor for sure.
So. Hopefully we get 4 more great football games. I'm not so sure, really. Buffalo-Denver kicks it all off tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
That should be a pretty good football game.
I agree.
Buffalo is favored, surprisingly.
It is
but,
shocking.
Denver's they played last year in the playoffs, and Denver whacked them. Now, that was in Denver, number one.
And Bo Nix, is a solid quarterback.
Well, Denver's got a really good defense, although the last few weeks of the season wasn't as great. The same thing happening with the Rams. All of a sudden, they can't stop anybody, and they had a really good defense.
For the first, 10 games this year, the Rams' defense, people talked about, one of the best in the NFL. In those last, 7 games, it was like, what is this?
Yeah. No, I mean, Carolina should have beat them.
Yeah. That tells you everything you need to know.
Stafford did not have his greatest game. I mean, he played good when he had to.
Mm-hmm.
But, the Carolina is, I think, better than people thought.
Right.
And, that's the last game. We'll get a little bit more into that. But
that Buffalo-Denver game, I mean, it's Josh Allen versus that defense.
Yeah. And James Cook. I mean, he's got if the Bills can really run the football, they'll win the game.
They will.
Yeah. It's pretty much that cut and dried. The Niners and Seattle, I mean.
What do you say about the Niners?
I love them.
How do they do it?
I don't know. George Kittle goes out, and you're like, this game is over.
Yeah.
And they beat, the Eagles are so dysfunctional, it's crazy.
Right.
They should just do Hard Knocks on the Eagles.
The drama city all the time.
100%.
In the stands, out of the stands, combine them all. It's just wild.
Big Dom.
Yeah, Big Dom. Yeah, he should start it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just how Kyle Shanahan, man, what a coaching marvel.
I would love it if Fred Warner actually could play in this game.
Right.
He had a broken ankle. He's in the window. He said, they're saying, well, we opened his window so if we win, he could play in the champ game.
Yeah.
Warner didn't rule himself out. If he could be 90% of what he is, that would make a massive difference in this football game. On paper, Seattle should just murder these guys.
They should.
They just did 2 weeks ago.
Right. They've developed that running game with Charbonnet now.
Sam Darnold says he, tweaked his oblique.
Oblique?
Is he setting up for his excuse when he passes?
Wait, 5 interceptions? Is that what, If I was the San Fran DBs, I would be like, yeah, baby.
Well, and on top of the fact that Seattle is one of the hardest places to play in all of football.
Yeah, exactly. It's so loud there.
Yeah, we'll
It's
see what
just-
happens there. That's the second game on Saturday. Then Sunday, Houston and New England. All I say is take the under.
Yes.
Yeah.
No question.
I mean, this
I
is New England played really good defense.
They did.
Against the Steelers.
Yes.
Or no, who they beat? They didn't beat the Steelers.
They
did beat the Steelers.
Who was it that they? Yeah, I don't know, but they played really well, and this is what Houston is more than those two defensive ends. Even though the Brad Holmes, two really good defensive ends helps, and they got good linebackers.
They beat the Chargers. They only
That's
gave up
what.
3.
Yes.
I mean, that looked. Justin Herbert. That was. I wanted to mention this really briefly, Rich. The pounding that Justin Herbert and Aaron Rodgers took in those 2 playoff games was kind of brutal.
It was very brutal. Man.
I mean, Justin Herbert got bent over in some of the weirdest positions.
Yes. That one, I didn't think he was getting up.
No.
But he
same
did.
thing, though, when Rodgers got crushed by both of those guys from the Texans in the same play, and he got up.
He did.
But he wasn't. He had pretty much checked out after that.
Yeah, he did, for sure. He's thinking, that
he didn't go back in after the interception.
That
They brought
retirement's looking a lot better
I
now.
don't think I'm going to play football. Why do I need to play football again?
Yeah.
With these guys on me. Brady's been talking about it. You're like, no.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
It's different when you're in your mid-20s getting hit and all that. When you're into your 40s, it's not the same.
No, and the Chargers are going to have to figure something out to protect him. Because this is a guy that's getting the snot knocked out of him for 6 years.
Right.
Now, part of it's not their fault. I mean, you lose everybody on the O-line.
Yes.
But
if they can remain healthy on the offensive line, he'll play better.
New England had better protect Drake May. Now, May gets out of the pocket a little bit.
Good athlete, big physical kid. I like
and obviously, New England has a little bit of a defense, but when you're going up against a papier-mâché offense, it's going to be a weird game because if Stroud plays as badly as he did last week in this game, who knows what could happen?
Oh, exactly.
So
exactly.
And then you've got the final game Sunday night in
Chicago. I love it.
They're projecting 4 below with the wind.
I love it. Love it at Soldier Field.
With the Rams coming into town. So, it's hard to play in that cold weather.
It is.
Tom Brady was on Colin Cowherd yesterday.
Yes,
I taped that show and I watch it at night because I like Cowherd.
Right.
I really do. He's really smart.
He's got real unique perspective on
he does.
things.
And Brady was talking about New England. He said something really funny. He goes, we won a lot of games in cold weather.
Yeah.
He said, he goes, we had this beautiful indoor facility that we never, I don't even know what it looks like.
Right. Oh, that's great.
Every day
Belichick,
we come out for
we're
practice,
outside.
We're outside.
Coach, there's 3 feet of snow. There's a nor'easter. Get outside.
Get outside. And I'm sure it's 100% true. You're used to practicing and playing in that stuff.
Right.
I mean, the Rams better be in Chicago practicing right now.
Right. Yeah, you can't duplicate that cold weather in L.A. right now.
No, you can't.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but that's not one of them.
I can't. It's been so long since I played football where somebody was actually hitting me.
Right.
I mean, I remember playing in the snow, and we thought it was a blast.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine what it's like to feel getting hit full force. And then, and getting the crap knocked out of you and landing on that rock-hard field. I mean, I hope they're paying you enough.
Yeah, because, you're going to get
manhood
brutalized.
is being tested. And I'm going to be very happy to sit on the couch and watch this.
That's for sure. Turn the thermostat up a little more and enjoy it.
I'll tough it out. I'll take the ice out of my bourbon. And then you've got Indiana and Miami. I hope it's a football game. I really do.
Oh, I do too.
Because that Oregon-Indiana game, I was watching Landman in the second quarter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been watching.
I didn't see the second half of the game.
Yeah, it just didn't. It was because it was over.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just sheer domination by the Hoosiers.
You know,
but I think Miami is a lot more.
Well, they're a lot more physical.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
That offensive line is huge of Miami, and if they can move the ball, you know,
both their O lines and D lines. You know, Indiana is physical.
Yeah,
they pushed around Alabama something fierce, and they didn't even have to really do much to Oregon.
No.
When you turn the ball over three times in a row inside the 20-yard line,
it was out of control.
Yeah, it was out of control in a hurry.
It was.
So
I'm shocked. I was shocked by that performance by Oregon. You know, I really thought they would play a whole lot better. But when you start turning the ball over early, all the momentum going Indiana's way, it's hard to stop it. That locomotive.
I'm Nick and Joe and I were talking. It was not reminiscent, but 100% reminiscent when the St. Mary's played Frankfurt in.
I was at that game.
Yeah, and St. Mary's turned the ball over four times in a row. It was 28-0,
and that was bad weather game.
Yeah, in the first quarter. It was so sad because that was a good football team.
Yes, it was. That's when they had Cal as the running back,
Cal
right?
Gilling,
yeah. Good running back.
Good bunch of kids, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm praying for a really good game on Monday night.
I am too.
Yep.
Yeah, I do think it will be a good game. I really do. I like the matchup, but I like Indiana in the end winning it.
And then before we get to James Cook and the Sarah Automotive High School Sportscape show, so Harbaugh to the Giants.
Yes. John Harbaugh going to add some stability.
I would. The Giants, when healthy, have got some players.
Oh, exactly.
If he can keep Jackson Dart
out of
healthy,
the blue tent,
yeah. And Neighbors plays a full year with Scatteraboo,
and then you got
that D line.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
there's talent there.
No, that was the best job.
Yes.
People are saying Atlanta, and that's close. But what are you going to do at quarterback?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I like all of those. There are some nice pieces with the Giants.
Yeah, but who wants the Raiders' job?
Oh.
I mean, talk about like the worst case scenario: Raiders or Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals. Why do they have a football franchise?
I don't know.
Can
it's
you name
brutal
other than Kyler Murray?
Right.
And Marvin Harrison Jr., who has been one of the biggest disappointments in history. Name a player on the Cardinals. I never even saw them play football this year.
Yeah.
Did they play in a nationally televised game? They didn't.
No.
They're like the Lions were like 5 years ago. Like, totally irrelevant.
Right. Yeah. Maybe they had one streaming game and I didn't even turn that on.
They had to. Did they play in Europe? I don't even think they did. So
I think they play in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, and what did they? Stoney said on 97 with the ticket. I would never play for a guy who has that haircut.
Exactly.
Mark Davis.
But yeah, you're like, oh. Did you get a free bowl of soup with that? And the bowl off the top of your head for that guy? Really. No, with Tom Brady's more involved with that organization, but man, that thing's been a dumpster fire for a long time.
And now they're talking, I think you got to trade Max Crosby. Get a couple more picks. I mean, if you take Mendoza with the first pick, I mean, he looks like he's going to be a pretty good quarterback.
Yes, but you put him in a dysfunctional.
It'd be like Matt Stafford the first few years at the Lions.
Separated shoulders and stuff because you're just getting killed. Oh, more good quarterbacks get ruined than are built up.
That's 100%. God bless Fernando Mendoza.
Yes.
I don't know if he's, all glory to God. Do you say that when you're in Vegas at the craps table? I said that all the time. Come on,
talk to
Jesus.
me in a year. In a year, let's see how it's going, buddy.
Jesus needs, Daddy needs a 7.
Wow, no, that's just absolutely brutal because that team almost needs a complete teardown and rebuild.
Yeah,
it's incredible. What again, I like the Mendoza kid. He seems like a really good kid. I know a lot of the pundits are talking about he's corny, he's all this. That's okay. I like that. have that kind
Well, it
of.
is Sin City.
Yeah, it is. there are some temptations.
Yeah, there is more than there. Especially when you got $100 million in your pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's time for the Sarah Automotive High School Sportscape Show here on Up North Sports Radio. Sarah, Ford in Kalkaska and Gaylord. Unbelievable lease deals right now at either location. Plus, they have one of the best selections of used cars. So go to sarahkalkaska.com or sarahgaylord.com. James Cook joining us on the phone. James, you do have this new phone. Look at it. So his picture now shows up on my phone.
Yeah, same with mine.
What? And you're carrying a Record Eagle mailbox. Is that right, James?
Oh, yeah. I think that was from when my wife and I were doing the Adopt a Highway. The paper has a section of highway up on the Old Mission Peninsula that we do. And one time we found an actual Record Eagle tube, you know.
Oh, yeah. That's
in the thing, so we were holding it up for a photo.
So,
I love it.
I didn't ask for this, James. Now, this is happening all the time with my phone.
Right,
All of a
mine
sudden,
too.
Now, I got James here. You know, he is a handsome man.
James is.
I mean,
Not only is he knowledgeable in the sports realm, but he's good-looking dude.
That's right. The podcast should be more video, James.
We do have it. There is video. There is if you watch it on YouTube, there's video.
Okay,
So
all right.
If you
Well,
really want to punish yourself.
Noted. Noted.
All right, James, starting off, we got a good one at Traverse City West tonight as Petoskey at 6-3, 2-0 in conference play, comes on to take on the Titans, who is 3-0 in league play, 4-3 overall.
Yeah, that should be a pretty good one. Petoskey's coming in with a lot of momentum. West has been playing pretty well all season, really. They've taken a couple of losses, but you guys know that they played a pretty good schedule this year too.
Yes.
So, Petoskey's going to be a pretty good test tonight for them, and so it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of the games in the Big North Conference here in the near future. It's going to be one of the best games.
Yeah, no question about it. And I wanted to mention the hot matchup of the week brought to you by Saab, trust, drive, and expertise in Northern Michigan. The game I've picked out this week, James, is Pine River and McBain. And that's a game at Pine River. Pine River is 9-1, McBain at 8-1. That should be a great matchup in the Highland Conference.
Yeah, that should be a pretty good one too. And then another really good game that's going on in the girls' side is Kingsley against Harbor Springs tonight. They're the only two undefeated teams left in the Northern Shores Conference, and that game is at Kingsley. So Harbor Springs is 8-1 this season, 4-0 in the conference. So rebounding pretty well after the whole kind of coaching debacle that they had in the off season with getting rid of the coaches and then kind of a revolt by the parents and athletes and stuff, and a couple of kids transferring out and all that.
Yes.
The girls team has still been able to continue to be pretty good.
Yeah, no question about it. Like you said, that there was a whole lot of noise going on around that program early on, and for them to steady the ship there, that says a lot about that team and the coaching staff there.
Yeah, it does. So sorry, still dealing with the lasting effects of a cold. But yeah, I think that should be one of the pretty good games too. And you've got the Central boys are going to Sault Ste. Marie tonight. So that one, with Sioux joining the conference this year is a league game now in the BNC. St. Francis is hosting Bel Air. TC Christian's going to Marion, which is usually a pretty good program.
Yeah.
On the boys' side.
Yeah, Cadillac's got a tough matchup tonight. They're traveling down to Greenville, who is 10-1. So Coach Benzenberg likes to play a tough non-conference schedule, and that's certainly a good team there.
Yeah, that is a pretty good program there. And then you've got Cadillac has their showcase coming up.
Yeah.
As well that West plays in.
Yeah, next Saturday. Yeah.
Yep, next Saturday. The other games from that showcase is at noon. Elk Rapids plays Ludington. At 2:00, Petoskey, who we just mentioned, plays Midland. And then the 6:00 game is Cadillac against Sparta, with the 4:00 game being the one that you guys will cover, which is TC West against Paw Paw.
Yes, the Paw Paw. That's never called a game against Paw Paw. So
is that right?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
I think they're the Panthers.
Is that what they are?
I think that's their mascot, but I'm not 100% on that.
Okay.
I'm going to check into that here.
And then we know the whole schedule for the Northern Michigan Showcase, the one at Traverse City, St. Francis.
Oh, yeah. Give that to us, please.
That's been finalized, too. So the noon game is Traverse City Christian against Baldwin. Then the 1:45 game is Glen Lake against Ishpeming Westwood. 3:30 is TC West against Granville. So you guys will be involved in all these showcases.
Yeah, Granville, really good team again this year.
Jeez. I'm just looking at that. Go ahead.
5:15 is TC Central against Menominee, and then the 7 o'clock game is St. Francis against Pickford.
Okay, yeah, Pickford's having a really good season. Yeah,
they've got playing really good basketball the last few years.
Right. Yeah, okay, I'm checking out Paw Paw right now. They're 7-4 overall. And James, I'm checking into the nickname here. They are the Red Wolves.
Oh, okay. I guess
Yeah.
it makes sense to have some kind of mascot that has a paw.
Yes, it does. Yes. Yes, the Red Wolves.
Stop it. Get back to sports.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, I tell you, a game that took place last night, Kalkaska beat the Vikings, and the Vikes only put up 25 points.
Yeah, they're having a really tough go of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get Coach Meade on the show.
Yeah. Good win for Kalkaska, but right now the Vikes are struggling.
The Vikes are struggling mightily, and I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
There's some rumblings about what's happening. So
Okay.
It's not,
Yeah. Well, kudos to Coach Meade, though, because I appreciate those coaches who are, going through a rough patch and still keep calling in their scores. And Coach Meade does that all the time. So I appreciate that. That's I think that's a stand-up thing for a coach to do.
LJ
and,
Meade,
and a lot of them don't.
a stand-up guy. Yes, he'll.
Yeah. And Kalkaska had a career night from Jackson Shetler in that game. He had 34 in that game. So, I mean, he outscored Grayling by himself, +9.
Yeah, kid goes off like that. I mean, it's tough, but
that's never good.
No, exactly. Well, you were talking about some of those teams that West has played non-conference-wise. East Kentwood, who they're 9-1. Grand Haven is 12-1, and Rockford 9-2. So those are just a few of the teams that all of them in the top 10 in Division
Well,
One.
Rockford lost to East Lansing
They
in that
did.
showcase in
Overtime. I did see
Brother
that.
Rice won in overtime.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, what a great weekend down.
Not only Rockford loses in overtime, and then they play East Kentwood 2 nights later and lost that game in overtime.
Oh my gosh!
So there's some.
They've played a lot of overtime games
Yeah.
because they won in overtime against Brother Rice, right, in that Round Ball Classic.
Yeah.
So a lot of overtime games for this Rockford team.
Yeah. West has not shied away from playing any of the big boys this year and lined up as many of them as they could in the non-conference schedule.
It seems like
And they got a
everybody.
few more to come.
There is, it really seems like so many teams seeking out the toughest opponents possible. It's not the way things used to be. So I give kudos to all these coaches for wanting to improve their teams, regardless of how daunting a game it could be.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, and to a T, every one of the coaches say, "Hey, we're preparing for the postseason just in case we run into a really good team with some great athletes." All of that, it's all about that. Trying to win your conference, but then also preparing for the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, and in basketball, it's it's one of the sports where everybody gets in.
Yeah.
So it's losing a few games during the regular season does not affect much other than seeding.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to beat the best team in the district, regardless of the seeding to get through. So a lot of coaches I think look at it that way, and they're like, okay, if we have a few losses, that's not that big of a deal, and if there are losses to good teams, they're not going to hurt us that much in our MPR anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And again, I like now that they went to seeding in the districts instead of just random draws and all that. I think they're doing a much better
Who's
job.
Cadillac playing tonight?
Yeah, they're down at 10-1
Oh,
Greenville.
Greenville. Yeah, you said, that's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, the Bay Refs bring in Warren De La Salle tonight.
Ooh,
really?
For hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what
I think
Warren
they're staying around and playing somebody tomorrow. Yeah, TC West is playing them tomorrow at 1.
Okay. De La Salle as good at hockey as they are in football?
I don't believe so. I could be wrong.
James, do you know?
They're usually pretty good. They used to come up here all the time for the for TC Central's tournament that would be held over at Center Ice, and I remember
the big one that happened last
years in a row.
weekend.
Yeah, that was Center Ice was rocking and rolling last weekend.
Oh yeah, I think 24 games in over 3 days.
The Zamboni was working overtime.
No doubt about it. Guy was eating while he was driving the Zamboni because he was so busy. James, anything else before we let you go?
TC Central's hosting a big wrestling tournament tomorrow at the Grand Traverse Resort. They
really?
Put the mats out in the ballroom at the Grand Traverse
Oh,
Resort.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
That is
and
cool.
call it the Ballroom Brawl. and so there's a few teams
That
coming
is
to that.
great. I love it. That is so cool.
That's just an interesting game. This tomorrow. Tomorrow is also the TC Central against the Bay Reps, which is the Veterans Cup. So it's like the hockey equivalent of the Patriot game.
Yeah, they do that for the Mid-Michigan Honor Flight, I believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
event.
super cool. I did want to mention real quick, congratulations to the Grayling Viking wrestling team going up to Escanaba and winning that tournament last weekend or the weekend before. So good job, Andy Moore and the crew there with the wrestling team.
All right. Well, something good coming out of the winter sports this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So.
All right, James Cook. Read all about it in the Traverse City Record Eagle or online. James, thanks for joining us. Enjoy your weekend.
Yep, no problem. Thank you. We'll have the first Record Eagles basketball leaders on Saturday's paper, too.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
All right.
Good deal.
Thanks, bud.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
The handsome, debonair, and well-educated James Cook.
That's right. Yeah, 11:15 in like 30 seconds. We'll have a hard out back to 97.1 the ticket.
Is that right?
That is, yeah. That's usually how it happens here. We get cut off. So.
Or we could go. I don't know what happens if we go early.
Yeah.
But we do have to thank our good friends at Sarah Automotive in Kalkaska and Gaylord for providing this platform for us to give you the heads up on the weekend schedule of games here in high school. And so get out to your local gym and root on these kids because, it's been a little depressing, Rich. It seems like attendance is down.
It has been down.
Yeah.
Overall, throughout northern Michigan, I've been to a lot of the gyms. Overall, it has been down. We got to get it fired back up.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, but
get out and support these kids.
Go Vikings, go Titans, go Trojans.
That's right.
Whomever you're rooting for, the Blazers, good for them.
Good win for them.
But
it's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
The weather is brought to you by Jim's Collision in Roscommon. Jim's knows you may not be seeing them on your best day, but their job is to make the bad day better. Jim's Collision in Roscommon and at ChooseJims.com. ChooseJims.com.
Happy Friday! It's WN10 meteorologist Haley Fischetti, and here's a look at today's forecast. Scattered snow showers will continue throughout the day today, but temperatures are a bit warmer compared to yesterday. Highs reaching the low 20s to low 30s with winds from the southwest. One thing you're really worried about today, especially in the evening, are those slick roadways, as that snow is expected to stick around all day long. Now into tonight, we start to see more isolated to spotty showers, with lake effect showers taking control heading into the weekend. That's where you can see more of those snow showers to develop. Temperatures also dropping. We have more of those single digits. We'll have all the details and a look at that 7-day over on 9 and 10 News.
Make Hanson Hills in the heart of northern Michigan your outdoor recreation retreat. Established in 1929, experience cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, snowboarding, and 2 amazing tubing runs. Get professional ski and snowboarding lessons, even rent all of the equipment you need right here at Hanson Hills. Bring the whole family to enjoy Hanson Hills' quaint, rustic atmosphere and visit the snack bar right up I-75 North, exit 254 in beautiful Grayling. Check us out at hansonhills.org or follow us on Facebook.
January finds Benetham's looking into the past and bringing back your favorites to start 2026. It's fantastic. Of course, happy hour will put a glow on the gloomiest of winter days. Visit Benethams.com and make your reservation today. Benethams, for the true love of food.
Weekend, and last week was really good. It was really entertaining. Most of the games were pretty entertaining, and got pretty good TV ratings. And I mean, football's king, and we love it. And so here we go. Buckle up for another weekend of NFL playoffs. And you asked the question: what team are you pulling for and rooting against? And you know, we did the process of elimination thing last weekend, where we're like, okay, let's just start crossing out teams that we don't want to win at all and see who's left standing. And as we did that, we came away with the Carolina Panthers. And that's a little bit, you know, and they lost right away. And okay, fine. But that's a little bit contrived and a little bit of, forced to a certain degree. Sometimes when you're watching sports, you just find yourself rooting for somebody, right? You don't go into it thinking you're going to.
Right.
But you find yourself rooting for somebody.
Some story emerges, or there's a play that you see, and like, I really liked that guy, that receiver blocked downfield. I'm going to root for him and his team. And
or you hear a story or whatever it is, you latch on with no intention. That wasn't my intention, and you come out of it going, that's who. It's authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's organic, right? And it just
happens.
It just happens, and you weren't expecting it. I'm that way in this postseason. Do you have any idea what team I'm rooting for right now and why?
I think you're rooting for Seattle.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
Because their head coach,
Mike McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the case. Kang, do you care to venture a guess who I organically and just accidentally now am rooting for in this postseason?
Organically, accidentally, you are rooting for.
I wasn't expecting it.
Huh. Okay, because I would say I would expect you to root for like the Rams because the whole Stafford deal we had here.
I was a fan.
So this is unexpected. I'll go Texans.
Okay. It's not the Texans. I find that I am really pulling for Josh Allen.
Wow.
I did not expect that.
That is unexpected.
And the reason is I think Josh Allen's taken a ton of criticism for not being able to get that team over the hump. But he's very well respected, don't get me wrong. Last weekend, his performance against Jacksonville
was great.
I